So, Mecha Break may be my new favorite competitive game, and I want to talk about it. So, what is Mecha Break? Mecha Break is a mech combat game, best way to describe it, akin to other mech titles like the Armored Core series or Mech Warriors. More so Armored Core. This is actually like my third mech game I've played. I played a bit of Armored Core 5 back in the day, but I only played like an hour or two or something like that because I rented it from like a freaking blockbuster. And Armored Core 6, I did purchase it and play it initially, but I felt like the combat to me, it just wasn't something that was hitting for me at the time. So I ended up refunding it. But Mecha Break, on the hand, this game has gotten me interested since it got announced like last year or a while back when they had like the play tests and the trailers and the work in progress stuff. I never actually played the Mecha Break playtest when it first debuted because I just didn't feel inclined to give it a shot, and don't think there was Australian servers at the times, and I knew that ping in these sorts of games, which I'm going to get into later because that's an argument of its own, it can be pretty annoying and frustrating to play with that ping. So I decided to wait. Now, as of the current release, we do have Asian and OCE servers, and this game is really good. Like, I didn't expect to invest as much time into it. Like, my in-game hours, I think, is like 7 or 8 hours. But outside of that, my total hours on the game is 17 right now because I've been doing like the training levels and the challenges to get some of these like titles for your player card. And this game is just it's really fun, you know, like the good kind of mindless fun where you can just go in and fuck shit up. So you have a choice of 12 mechs, all of which are available at launch, by the way. So you don't need to go through the effort to play the game to a certain amount to acquire each of these strikers. There are 15 strikers, okay? But 12 of these are pretty much unlockable from the jump. So once you complete the tutorial, you just go into the striker bay, switch striker, and then you just click on all the strikers and you can unlock all 12 of them to play it whenever you want. So there's no trials, no limits, no nothing. You can just kind of dive in and raw dog with whatever character you want to play. And you've got a good amount of options. You've got snipers or range characters, you've got melee brawlers, support characters, heavy artillery type characters like the Stego or the Stego, for example. And there's a ton of options. Each character has its own strengths and weaknesses. There has been a perception that I've seen on Reddit and on the Steam Hub that a lot of, like some mechs, like say the Stellaris, for example, or even the Lumine, are arguably like hard or difficult to play. But I don't think there is a difficult mech to play. Every mech is accessible and playable at your own pace. It's just a matter of whether or not you're willing to learn the associated tech that comes with said character. So for example, Aquila, which is currently my go-to slash main and my favorite, he's a heavy sniper and he's all about playing distance, taking it slow, and making use of both your energy kit, your main kit to like dash around and stuff, and your mobility kit to fly and glide. So just essentially get those lock-on shots off. And then he has like an ability that extends that lock-on range. But he's all about playing incredibly slow. And I'm gonna just keep it a buck. He's really strong. And I think if you want a good starting character, play this guy. Other characters that I've been playing include the Welkin, who's a heavy brawler. He's all about just getting up in their face and making use of his spin to win attack, which is really fun and satisfying. I'm a big fan of like whirlwind attacks and like builds and ARPGs, so I knew Welkin would be the right choice for me. And he also has like this shield that lets you single people out, so you can just solo a guy out and just get him into a one-on-one situation where they can't do anything. And he's got like a decent ranged rocket launcher and a frontal shield that lets him absorb any form of bullets or lasers. And then lastly, the other character that I've been playing is the Alisnes, which is the first character that you play if you decide to play the tutorial at the very beginning of the game. He's just an all-around character. Like, I think the main reason that he's so easy, and probably the easiest character to play, is that he's very forgiving in terms of his kit. He's a hybrid, so he's got both melee and range attacks. But he also, when he gets destroyed, he goes out of mech, like as if Diva goes out of mech, and he can essentially pilot an airdrop to bring all of his armor back. So all you have to do is just you essentially get 2 lives. So they take you out one time, you go into your smaller mech, which gives you a massive mobility boost. You just don't have as much like damage or utility, and then you call in the air job once you're low to get that armor back, and then you can just fight like normal. Full HP too, and they can't do anything to you while you're doing that. There's a few game modes available. There's Mash Mac, which is the PvPvE game mode or the extraction shooting mode. I haven't really played this game mode, unfortunately, because I just don't see any interest. I don't like extraction shooters or like the extraction genre as a whole, just because of that high risk, high reward loot thing. So I've steered far away from that. But thankfully, there are normal PvP modes too. So there's Operation Verge, which is the footage that you're currently seeing. It's basically just pure 6v6 combat in a range of different scenarios. So there's 10 different maps. Each map has like its own objectives. So it's not like TDM. It's not just TDM or payload. You've got TDM, payload, domination. I think there may be one more that I'm missing. I can't remember, but there's a good amount of variety in the maps, and it's always different. So it's not just like the same copy and paste. Like every map is actually designed with that game mode in mind, which is really, really cool. I love the concept, and I think having 10 maps at launch will go a long way to just keep people's attention, and yeah, it's pretty solid. And then there's Ace Arena, which is just simple 3v3s. There's only like 3 maps available for it. That's what I played first to start off when I first got into the game. But after a time, it just got sort of boring. It wasn't really interesting. I just think that game mode could use more maps. But in terms of honing your skills and like getting yourself into one-on-one scenarios, which you can get into a ton of in 3v3s, I recommend that. Like that's like the best game mode for it. But I do feel like when a proper quote-unquote ranked system, like there is like a ranked system in this game, I'll get to it in a moment. When a proper ranked system does come out, I think Ace Arena will be even more fun to play. So this game has 2 matchmaking modes. There's a ranked mode where like you just progress like a rank. I'm not sure if there's any form of skill-based matchmaking involved with this matchmaking system in particular. I'm assuming there is, but I haven't really been able to find any evidence of that, nor have I seen anything on Reddit about it. I mean, this is just a relatively new game. Like, it just came out, so I think give it a week or two, I'm sure people will figure out whether there is EOMM or SBMM or whatever. There's also a casual mode. So the casual mode is the exact same thing, but you don't get any like achievements or the red tokens, which you can see on the top right here, the mission tokens. You get those from just completing these missions, which you can pick in this menu here. But also you can do it from this current like event that they're doing, which is like this Ace Conquest thing. I'm assuming it's just like LTM stuff, and I'm sure they'll have more of these where you'll just be able to complete challenges and gain like rewards and stuff, right? But since the ranked mode is the default setting, there's no drive to play the casual mode. Like, why even bother having the casual mode when you can just play the ranked matchmaking instead? And given that that's the default matchmaking that they give you when you first start the game, I just don't think anyone is ever going to play casual unless there's some sort of incentive. So I hope that they add like an incentive to play. Otherwise, just get rid of the mode and keep the one mode with ranked. Another thing to talk about, which has been in the debacle of Steam reviews, is the amount of microtransactions or MTX that this game has. And I'll throw this in too. The fact that this game just freaking overwhelms you the moment you finish the tutorial. So if you do decide to play the tutorial, which goes for about, I think, 20 to 40 minutes, once you finish it, they put you into this tactical station menu, and that's it. They don't hold your hand. Actually, no. You have to do the whole pilot process, which I should probably talk about. Yes, this game has anime waifus and gyats. So if you've ever wanted to make a character with the biggest things to man, you can actually adjust the sizes of those. I'll just leave it at that. But there are photos everywhere of anime waifus, and it's probably one of the major draws of this game. So yeah, that exists. You go through this like pilot process, and then once you finish that, they put you in the tactical station menu here, which is like the game modes menu, and that's it. They don't hold your hand. They don't do anything. They don't give you suggestions on where to go. You just get a cutscene straight here, and then that's it. And this makes me feel like I'm playing like a freaking old school game from the 2000s where there's no hand holding. Like, that's what this experience feels like to me. And then when you actually go into the different menus, you've got like Striker Bay, which is your strikers. You've got Operation Storm, which is the PvE experience. The marketplace, which has, oh man, the marketplace is just ridiculous. They have an auction market put into this game. An auction market. Why? Why do we have an auction market in this game? I get that they have to make money, but this is the thing. They're not making money for themselves. In fact, it's the players that are making money because people are buying these like boxes that you can get with the red tokens from this other menu, and then they're selling it for ridiculous amounts of prices. So this cube currency is actually a paid currency, which you have to spend money on in order to acquire this currency. And it's just, yeah, it's ridiculous. I don't like that they have an auction market. I don't mind people buying and selling items because games like Warframe, and I don't know if First Descendant does it because I haven't played it, but Warframe does this, and I can let that slide. It's been a thing of that game for years, but like an auction market, come on now, that's just ridiculous. Then you've got like this Matrix contract, Matrix selections, Ace recruitment. Like they just give you so many menus to where it's just like, it's ridiculous. But they're selling this Matrix contract. There's no battle pass in this game, so you buy this contract, you unlock one of the new mechs, and you get like a mission token boost. Essentially, you purchase it, you have it for the rest of the season. There's no additional rewards that you get outside of this. It's just one simple purchase that gives you more tokens. And the Ace recruitment is this cool Falcon skin with this very hot chick, want to add. And they're selling that for like $60, $68. That's just it's so expensive. But yeah, they just shove you with so many menus that it can be incredibly overwhelming. But I do want to stress that despite the amount of currencies and MTX that may be in this game, I put this on the Bible. This game is not pay to win, pay for convenience, pay to incentivize, none of that. Thanks to the 12 strikers that they have available, or that they give to us, it just makes it easier to dive into the game. You don't even have to think about any of this shit if you don't want to. You can just go straight to the tactical station, queue up 6v6 or 3v3, or the extraction mode, and just have a blast. I just feel like this is a misconception that people are getting right now because it's currently hurting the review score, and I feel like people are just giving it a lot more shit than they should. But I do not blame them at the same time because of how they introduce these menus to you. So it just seems like it's a pay for convenience sort of mess, but it definitely isn't. This is an all in all good game. No pay to win or incentivization. It's just cosmetic stuff. One last negative to point out, and this goes out to all of my Oceanic region players in particular, is ping. Now, usually ping in competitive shooters or competitive games like the finals, for instance, where I have to actually play on Asian servers because World Tour is just dead for OCE, it's usually not too shabby. But because of how fast-paced Mecha Break can be and all the inputs that you do and all the chaos that can happen, it can be very, very clunky, janky, and just frustrating. And unfortunately, there are OCE servers, but the way that they've done it is they've generalized the Asia Pacific region. So it's not just OC, you get Singapore, Tokyo, and Hong Kong servers all merged into one data center. So if you were to queue this game as an Australian player at any time before peak time, you will always get an Asian game, an Asian server game. Now, I queued yesterday for 4 hours before peak time, and every game out of, I think, 15 games that I played, all of them were Asian servers, just different servers, not just Singapore in particular, just Singapore, Tokyo, Hong Kong. I was really getting one of each server. I knew this because I went into Exilite to test it, and I have automatic set to there, and it kept queuing me in the same 3 regions. My best advice to those that want to counter this ping, if you want to keep playing, is 1, play range characters. So play Narukami and Aquila, because they're both range, like sniper characters in this game don't get as much pressure as melee characters, and you're majority of the time you're just going to be standing there shooting, so you don't have to worry too much about ping. Second option would be to wait till peak time to play if you want to play, your melee brawlers and such, and even just your range characters or the game in general. Or third, just don't play the game at all. If you feel like the ping is too much to handle and you just can't deal with it, I wouldn't even bother playing the game. Like, I'll just keep it a stack. It's just not worth picking up the game if the ping is just too much to handle and you're just not having a good time. And yeah, those are my thoughts on Mecha Break. I think you should definitely give this game a try, just because it's a change of pace and something different from one we normally get with competitive games. I'm going to leave some footage in the background of my best tequila game to give you guys an understanding and an idea of what to expect should you decide to play the game. If you made it to the end of the video, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, like, subscribe, and notifications turned on for more gaming content. And as always, I'll have more coming to you soon. Peace.
Seize and upload the keys to the turret before your enemy.
Aquila, engage.
Landing area.
Aquila, ready to provide aerial cover.
Optical camo drone will soon go offline. Objective: secure and upload keys to the base's main turret. Key generates at point B in 60 seconds. First kill.
Let's go get
Mobility kit activated. Unavailable. Assist. Mobility kit deactivated. Double kill. Triple kill. Key generated at point B.
Let's go get
Ace. Unavailable. Mobility kit deactivated. Stabilizing. Stabilizing. Unavailable. Unavailable. Key generates at point A in 30 seconds.
Let's go get the key.
Assist. Weapon not ready. Generated at point A. Fluid armor offline. Weapon
Let's
not ready.
go get the key.
Stabilizing.
Focus on this target.
Weapon not ready. Mobility kit activated. Weapon not ready. Enemy down. Assist. Better go get that key. kit activated. Unavailable. Key generated at point C.
Let's go get the key.
Armor offline. Enemy down. Stabilizing. Mobility kit activated. Mobility kit warning. Enemy secured key. Intercept now. Key generates at point A in 30 seconds. Assist.
Let's go get the key.
Assist. Key generated at point A.
Let's go get the key.
Mobility kit activated. Enemy down.
I was hoping you'd last longer.
Mobility kit activated.
Let's go get the key.
Assist. Warning. Solar storm incoming. Seek cover immediately. Mobility kit deactivated. Stabilizing. Key generated at point B.
Let's go get the key.
Falcon here. The sky is ours.
Stego, ready to hold down the front line.
Weapon not ready. Warning. Enemy down. Mobility kit deactivated. Stabilizing. Solar storm subsided. Unavailable. Assist. Stabilizing.
I'll be the
Let's
end
go
of
get
you.
the key.
Key generates at point A in 30 seconds. Mobility kit deactivated. Enemy down. Weapon not ready. Battle ends in 180 seconds. Key generated at point A.
Let's go get the key.
unavailable. Double kill. Triple kill. Weapon not ready. Assist. Key secured. Provide cover. Key generates at point C in 30 seconds. Initiating ejection sequence. Enemy down. Ready for deployment.
Aquila, ready to provide aerial cover.
Key generated at point C.
Let's go get the key.
Unavailable. Enemy down. Battle ends in 60 seconds. Mobility kit activated. Assist. Obtaining key. Battle
You can't get enough, huh?
weapon not ready. Obtaining key. Key generates at point B in 30 seconds. Obtaining key.
Stego, ready to hold down the front line.
Key secured. Delivered to central launch site.
Let's go get the
Mobility kit activated. Defeat.